Policy automation gives Viewfinity administrators the ability to monitor their environment and automatically create policy when an end user requires elevated privileges. Let's take a look at how this is configured. I'm just going to simply edit my existing policy, which is the policy automation for standard users. Taking a look here, this is going to be an elevate privilege automation. I'm going to apply this against all computers, though it can apply against computer groups, single computers, or Active Directory users and groups as well. This is going to be a collect policy automation event. In my case, I'm going to collect all events, application launches, ActiveX control, installations, installation attempts, script runs, and Windows administrative tasks. I'm only going to collect these if this is a standard user. Next, I'm going to take a look at how the end user is going to interact with Viewfinity. I'm going to ask the end user for a business justification, ask them for their email address. I'm also going to suppress Windows UAC as well. Here we can put in any customizations to the messages that the end user is going to receive. Next, I'm going to activate the policy. Simply click Finish and allow this to be sent off to the end user. Let's take a look at policy automation in action. End users attempting to install an ActiveX control without administrative rights. Instead of seeing UAC telling them they don't have permissions, instead we're suppressing UAC and showing our own ask for justification window. I'm going to simply put in justification. We can also see that we can put in our email address so that once the policy has been approved, the end user can receive notification. Going back to Viewfinity console, this end user request can be found under Policy Automation. Clicking on the Information button, we can get all the technical data about this installation attempt. We know the computer and user that came from, we know what the source URL is, publisher, version, and what that justification is. I'm going to simply click on the Approve button. This is going to pull up the policy creation wizard, which is already pre-filled out with this technical data. By default, we're going to point towards the computer and user that requested it. We know this is an ActiveX control installation. Here's all the technical data by publisher, by URL, even by version. Clicking Next, I'm just going to write into the application log and then activate this policy. Since the end user requested notification, we're going to send out a quick form letter to the end user informing them this policy is now ready for use. Now that the policy has been approved, the end user has been notified by email, so he knows he now has rights to install this ActiveX control. Going back to this ActiveX control installation, I'm going to simply refresh the page, and we can see that I automatically have the ability to install this ActiveX control. Viewfinity Privilege Management 3.8 offers a new piece of functionality called On-Demand Elevation. Configured very similar to Policy Automation, On-Demand Elevation will allow for the end user to elevate any item that hasn't been pre-approved by the administrator. Let's take a look at this in action. I'm going to attempt to install 7-zip as a standard user. I'm still getting the Provide Justification window, but this time once I put in justification, I can automatically elevate this. Now I just type in my justification, and we can see the elevation automatically occurs. Just like any policy within Viewfinity, any action that requires elevation is going to create an audit trail within our reporting service.